Good morning, students. Here, Mrs. Neelam Jain from SKM Public School, GV Sangria. Today, I am going to teach you chapter number 5, that is Yoga. You are going to learn about yoga today. The history of yoga is indeed old. Nothing can be said firmly about the origin of yoga except that it originated in India. The available evidence show that history of yoga is related to the Indus Valley civilization. At that time, people used to do yoga. Usually, we depend on secondary sources to know about the history of yoga. On the basis of various sculptures and scriptures, we reach the conclusion that yoga was a part of this civilization. Yoga is also mentioned in Mahabharata, Ramayana and Upanishads also. Patanjali also wrote about yoga in 147 BCE. During this period, yoga had been developed significantly. Even saints Kabir, Tulsidas and Surdas had mentioned about yoga in their writings. Yoga is a large part of the Indian culture. Na tasye rogo, na zara na mrityu, praptasye yoga agnimayam shariram. For him who has obtained a body ablaze with the fire of yoga, there is no disease, no aging, no death. So, meaning of yoga. The word yoga has been derived from the Sanskrit word yug, which means to join or to unite. Yoga is the union of the individual soul with the absolute or divine soul. Yoga also means the unification of physical, mental, intellectual and spiritual aspects of human beings. Yoga is the science of development of a person's consciousness also. So it is concerned with the union of the individual soul with the absolute or divine soul. It is a science of development of an individual's consciousness. Yoga is the unification of Atma with Paramatma. It also means the unification of physical, mental, intellectual and spiritual aspects of human beings. Many definitions are given by different scholars for yoga. According to Patanjali, checking the impulses of mind is yoga. According to Maharshi Vedvyas, yoga is attaining the pose. Swami Sampurnanand, yoga is spiritual Kamdhenu. Agam, according to Agam, the knowledge about Shiva and Shakti is yoga. According to Shri Bharati Krishna Tirtha, oneness of man with God is known as yoga. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, skill in actions or efficiency alone is yoga. Alone is yoga. So today you are going to learn about here meaning of yoga and importance of yoga. So first it is physical impurity. Second, cures and prevention from diseases. Third, reduces mental tension. Beautification. Four number, beautification of body. Number 5, provides relaxation. Number 6, keeps the correct posture of the body. 7, yoga can be performed easily. Number 8, spiritually development. Number 9, increases flexibility. Number 10, reduces obesity. Number 11, improves health. Number 12, enhances moral and ethical values. So let's learn in detail about importance of yoga. So first is physical impurity. Internal organs of our body can be cleaned by various yoga exercises. As per Ayurveda, our body is made of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. To remain healthy, balance of Vata, Pitta and Kapha in our body is necessary. Dhoti, Nauli, Basti, Kapalbharti and Trathak etc. are such yogic exercises which keep the internal organs of our body in clean state. So we can see that internal organs of our body can be cleansed by various yogic exercises. Basically there are 3 substances in our body, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. If there is proper balance of these substances in our body, we may remain healthy. Neti, Dhoti, Nauli, Basti, Kapalbharti, Trathak etc. are yogic exercises or Shat karmas that keep the internal organs of our body in a clean state. For proper cleanliness and purity of our internal organs, we should perform these yogic exercises regularly. Second, its cures and prevention from diseases. As there are various diseases which usually hamper the smooth functioning of our body, yoga not only protects us from many diseases but also cures them. Various yogic exercises increase the immunity power of an individual. If an individual performs yogic exercises regularly, he can't fall prey to diseases. Vajrasana helps control diabetes. Similarly, a large number of diseases such as bronchitis, sinusitis, arthritis, gastritis, asthma, high blood pressure, leprosy, hay fever, heart attack, stress, urinary disorders, back pain, etc. can be prevented as well as cured by various yogic exercises. So we can say that yoga not only prevent many diseases but also cures them. Various yogic exercises increases the immunity of the body. Diseases such as I have already told you, many diseases are there. Bronchitis here and sinusitis, arthritis, gastritis. Others are also asthma, high blood pressure, stress, back pain, urinary disorder, etc. can be prevented as well as can be cured by yogic exercises. Then number 3 is reduces mental tension. Yoga helps in reducing the mental tension. Pratyahar, dharana and dhyan plays vital important role in reducing the mental stress also. Asanas like Makrasana, Shavasana and Shalabhasana and Bhujangasana are beneficial for releasing stress and tensions. So we can say that yoga can help in reducing tension. It is well known fact that most of the people remain under stress and tension. They don't get peace anywhere. They feel upset and disturbed in the present day life because this life is full of hurries and worries. They think that money can bring happiness and peace to their life, but it further intensifies their stress also and tension. So pratyahar, dharana and dhyan play an important role for restoring peace of mind. Makrasana, Shavasana, Shalabhasana and Bhujangasana are beneficial for releasing stress and tensions. Then comes number 4, reduces obesity and beautification of body. So as you know कि obesity is becoming a worldwide problem. Obesity makes a person prone to many diseases. मोटापा जिसको बोलते हैं. Research studies have shown that Mental tension and stress could be one of the reason for obesity. Pranayam and yogic asanas releases mental stress, reduces obesity and makes body strong and perfect. Mayurasana is one of such asana. So obese people fall prey to various diseases. Yogic exercises can help in reducing obesity. For example, pranayama and especially meditative asanas reduce obesity. Research studies have shown that obesity is also caused by mental tension and stress also. So by reducing mental tension through meditative asanas, obesity can be reduced. Then comes provides relaxation. So rest and relaxations are essential for removing fatigue, exertion. Research studies have shown that yogic asanas and here pranayama relaxes the body and mind. So rest and relaxation are very important for removing fatigue. When we indulge in any physical or mental work, after some time we feel tired. At this juncture, we can't do further work. So we need relaxation. Shavasana and Makrasana are beneficial for relaxation. Padmasana and Nadam Sadhana are good for reducing mental fatigue. Then number 6 is keeps the correct posture of body. So postural deformities are very common nowadays due to lifestyle followed which affects efficiency negatively. Doing yoga asanas regularly, a person can't only have the correct posture but can also cure the postural deformities. Here Vajrasana, Sarvangasana, Mayurasana, Chakrasana and Bhujangasana will help to make the correct posture of our body. So we can say nowadays postural deformities are common in individuals. Without good posture, they are unable to do their work efficiently. They are not able to enjoy life. They usually put more energy in simple tasks. If we perform yogic asanas regularly, we can maintain the correct posture of our body. Vajrasana, here Sarvangasana, Mayurasana, Chakrasana, Bhujangasana and Dhanurvasana etc. are not only preventive asanas but curative also. Through these yogic exercises, we can keep our body in high spirits. Number 7, yoga can be performed easily. So in fast life of today, everyone claims to be very busy. Hardly any time left for self. Doing yogic exercise need only a small space whereas others need much of money and time. So in present day life, everybody seems to be in hurry. Life has become fast. Every individual complains of shortage of time. To do an exercise other than yogic exercises requires enough time and money, whereas yogic exercises can be performed easily. These exercises can be done in a short duration and are not expensive. Moreover, these exercises can be performed in less space also. Then number 8 is spiritual development. One can have good control on mind by doing yogic exercises and move towards the spiritual heights. Padmasana and Siddhasana enhances the meditation power. Pranayam is also useful for spiritual development. So through yoga, efforts can be made to attain spiritual development. We can have a good control on our mind by doing regular yogic exercises. If our mind is pure, we can make efforts to achieve spiritual heights. Padmasana and Siddhasana are the best asanas for spiritual development. These asanas enhance meditation power. Pranayama is also useful for spiritual development that brings peace in life. Number 9, increases flexibility. Flexibility is very significant as it helps in movement of the body efficiently. Muscles become more flexible and prevent sports and other injuries. Chakrasana, Dhanurasana, Halasana, Bhujangasana, etc. are very beneficial in increasing body flexibility. So flexibility is very important for every person. It makes the movements of the body efficient and graceful. It also helpful in preventing sports injury. Various yogasanas increases flexibility of the body. Chakrasana, Dhanurasana, Halasana, Bhujangasana and Shalabhasana are beneficial for increasing flexibilities. Muscles also become flexible by performing these asanas. Then number 10, reduces obesity. Very common problem nowadays. Regular yogic exercise like pranayama and asanas reduces obesity. Research studies have shown that obesity is also caused by mental stress and tension. Meditative asanas are the perfect solution for this condition. Then comes number 11, improves health. Yoga not only maintains but improves our health also. Muscles becomes more strong. Various system of body like respiratory, circulatory, nervous, excretory, etc. becomes more efficient, resulting improvement in overall health. So yoga will help in maintaining and improving health by making our muscles strong and regulating other systems of the body like respiratory, excretory, circulatory, nervous and glandular systems. It increases the efficiency of these systems in our body and does improve health also. Then comes number 12, it enhances moral and ethical values. Yoga is very significant for human beings to here in present day life. By following first two steps of here Ashtanga Yoga, Yama and Niyama, Ahimsa, Satya, Asatya, Santosh, Tapa, etc. These values are enhanced. An individual can attain perfect health and lead a content life by performing yogic exercise daily. So we can see that nowadays there is a declining trend in moral and ethical values. By following the first two steps of here Ashtanga Yoga, moral and ethical values can be enhanced. In fact, the practice of Yama and Niyama such as non-violence, truthfulness, अपरिग्रह मीन्स किसी दूसरे की चीज़ को नहीं लेना, अपरिग्रह, नॉन स्टीलिंग हेयर, स्वाध्याय, संतोष, etc. makes an individual strong more morally and ethically. So in a nutshell, it can be concluded that yoga is significant for mankind, especially in the present day life. An individual can attain perfect health and can lead a happy, contented and productive life if he performs yogic exercises regularly. So thank you for watching and listening this video, and in the next video we will learn about elements of yoga. Till then, stay alert, stay healthy. God bless you. Mask yourself. God bless all of us. Thank you.